Time now is 8:11. A new report from the National Association of Realtors reveals women are buying up homes at twice the rate of men right now. In fact, single women make up 21% of homeowners. Here to break down what this means for you is Fox 29's common sense lawyer, Shari Olefson. Shari, good morning. Good to see you again.
Good morning, John.
Boy, this is sort of surprising to hear this. I'm curious to know why so many more women are buying homes these days.
Well, and that's interesting because it used to be in the good old days that women would finish school, maybe they would get married, and then they would buy homes. But of course, now we have women going into the workforce, delaying marriage and families, and tending to buy homes sooner, particularly now because rents are so high, higher than they've ever been before, and homes are affordable and interest rates are affordable. But, you know, also, let's face it, what woman do you know that wants to share a bathroom with a roommate?
Good point. That's right. You gotta, keep your own stuff clean. So for women in particular, what do they need to be mindful of when it comes to becoming a homeowner? Right.
Well, a top priority, particularly for single women, is the finances, because you don't have any wiggle room. You don't have a partner or spouse to fall back on if, for example, the utility bill comes in higher, maybe the air conditioner during the summer or the heating during the winter, or your insurance goes up or your real estate taxes go up. So that's number one, is playing it safe with the finances. But women are also more sensitive to issues like security, for example, for obvious reasons. And so women, single women in particular, tend to buy in gated communities or in townhouses or condominiums. For the same reason, those types of properties are better for having an immediate social network in place and meeting people, networking and socializing. And in those types of developments, you have built-in repair staff so that you don't have to worry about some of those things on your own.
Well, that's true. I mean, because if you do, then there's all that yard work, and that gets kind of expensive, and this breaks and that breaks. And when you rent, I mean, it's easy to call somebody and they're there.
Right. I like to consider the yard work my exercise, though. It's kind of like yoga or aerobics or something, right?
It sure is, especially in the middle of summer. Wow. If a woman is thinking about buying her own home, what can she do to help make that process maybe more enjoyable?
Well, the first thing really is to think about playing it safe on the finances. Start small. You know, most folks in this country are actually approved for more home than they really need. Just because the bank will give you $250,000 doesn't mean you shouldn't be spending $150 or $200 on your home. With single women in particular, I always suggest think about a 2-bedroom, because if you decide you want to keep it after you move on, they become good rentals. But a small property is also going to mean smaller utility bills, less money to decorate, all of those things. And the second most important thing, John, is women have different tendencies when it comes to shopping and making decisions. For example, women like to include more people in the decision-making process than men do. They tend to do a lot more research. They like to talk things through more often. They even like to bring people along for the showings, those kinds of things. So if you're working with a professional who doesn't understand that, it's going to be frustrating for both of you. So for women in particular, it's important to find professionals that are accustomed to that and understand that.
It's part of the process. Happy shopping, ladies. Shari, thank you again for being here this morning.
Sure, have a great week.